Hello! Today I'm going to lead you through a really fun mixed media project inspired by the work of famous artist from history, Matisse. This is a project I did with my Express Yourself Art Shop students. Art Shop is the inclusive arts program that I lead at Creative 360 Studio and Gallery in Midland, Michigan, and it's open to a variety of abilities, and many of the students we get are adults with physical and intellectual disabilities. So I love in my art history classes to highlight other artists that were successful that lived with disabilities. Matisse started out as a painter, but later in life, in the early 40s, he got cancer, and due to some surgeries he had to go through to heal and prolong his life, he was left with some serious dexterity issues and mobility issues. He had trouble using his hands and trouble standing for long periods of time, so he had to adjust his process to accommodate for that. And how he accommodated was moving to more of a cutout sort of format. He did a lot with collage, and he also employed the use of assistants. So I tell all artists that it is okay to get help. It's still your art. It's okay if you have a creative vision, but just need a little bit of help executing it. And that's what I tell all my students. And what's fantastic is one of his most notable works, a work of stained glass, the Rosary Chapel in France, he actually completed after his disability. So one of his biggest, most renowned works he did while living with a physical disability. So this really shows you that people with disabilities do not need to limit themselves and should not be limited by the perceptions of others. For this project, you just need a bowl. I just got this ceramic bowl from Dollar Tree, and you will also need just some different colors of standard copy paper, scissors, a foam brush, and some Mod Podge or other decoupage medium. And I've also made some shapes to trace with illustration board, just inspired by some of Matisse's classic images that he used often in his collages. So the first thing you want to do is, once you have your cutouts to trace, you want to trace a bunch of different shapes in all the different colors that you've chosen, and then cut them out so you have your main pieces that you're going to decoupage. And once you have your pile of shapes, then it's easy from here on out. You're just going to use the foam brush to first put a coat of your Mod Podge or whatever medium down where you want to start sticking your pieces. It dries clear, so you can really put it everywhere. It's actually better to use more than less to get it to really saturate the paper and get it to stick down flat without a lot of wrinkles. And so you're just going to put a layer of this down first, and then press your pieces onto the adhesive, and then brush some over top as well. And the foam brushes are really nice because you can use them to press your shapes down flat as you're working, and you can also use your fingers. This is going to be messy, so if you see any air bubbles, you can go ahead and press those down with your finger. As you're going around the curved shape, there will be some crinkling, and that's okay. That's just going to add to the character, but you can go ahead and smooth any wrinkles or creases flat with your finger as well, so don't be afraid to get messy. And you're just going to continue layering shapes until it's filled in and you have the design you want. And you can make some of them fold around the edge. You can also include some shapes curving along the inside. You can make it as filled in or as spaced out as you want, depending on the look you want to achieve at the end. There's so many different ways you can do this, and this is a great project for all ages because there isn't really a lot to it. It's fairly simple. Once you have all your pieces on, then you want to let the glue dry, and then once your first layer and everything is all dry, you want to go over the entire bowl, outside and inside, with one more coat just to seal it and give it that nice finish, and then after that you're finished. These bowls are so fun to make and really end up looking like something that you could get at an art gallery or museum gift shop when you're done. And the materials are really, really cheap. So I hope that you try this at home, either on your own or with your kids, with your grandparents, with friends, with whoever. It's a blast, and If you may end up making something really cool, I'd love if you send me a picture. Thank you. See you again next time.